yogis, welcome to my channel, Rooted Vines Yoga. Today's yoga class is going to be about feeling good. So we're going to go through a few yoga postures that just makes you feel good. And you can do this any time of the day, in the morning, at night, or any time in the afternoon that you just want to move around. Maybe you need to de-stress a little bit. Maybe you need to get up from work if you're working from home and move your body a little bit. So it's just about feeling good. So move through the postures slowly. Do what makes you feel good in all the postures. Use any type of props that you want to. I do recommend, if you have a blanket, which most of us do at home, that you want to fold up to pad your knees up when we're down on our knees. That will feel good. Or if you have a couple blocks or maybe some books that you might want to rest your hand on in some of the postures, it just brings the floor a little closer for you. So don't want you struggling today through the class at all. We just, again, want to feel good. So go ahead, get yourself on your mat. You don't need the blanket if you have one to start out with. We're going to start out in child's pose. So go ahead and bring your knees as wide as your mat and bring your big toes to touch behind you. Then you're going to bring your hips back onto your heels. And start to walk your hands forward on your mat and just stretch your arms out as far as you can forward and let your belly come down towards the mat. Let your heart melt down towards the mat and just relax either your forehead on the mat, your cheeks, whatever feels good in your child's pose. You can also take a block and let your forehead come down onto the block if that feels good as well. So go ahead and get into child's pose and just start to relax into it. Let that belly relax down. Take a nice big breath into your backside, filling up your ribs, filling up your lungs, filling up your belly. And then go ahead and exhale that all the way out. And do that 2 more times. So breathe in really big, expanding your body. And then exhale that air out and make it long. So really push that air out until you can't push any more air out of your body. And then 1 more time. Breathe in nice and big. Biggest one yet. And exhale it all out of your body. Really nicely done. Now just kind of come to that even breath. Just your natural breath coming in and out of your body. And just remember that breath, because you want to keep your breath flowing throughout the practice, never holding it at any time. Circulating that breath in your body will just make you feel good. And stay here just for another moment or two. Good. Then slowly start to come all the way up onto your knees. We're going to come into a tabletop position. So here might be a nice time to take a blanket out, pad your knee up. I recommend that for anyone, whether you think you need your knee padded or not. It's just a way to make your knees feel good and will cut down on damage on them. So go ahead and stack your hips over your knees, stack your shoulders over your wrists, and then make your fingertips nice and wide on your mat. So you have a nice big base. And then kind of push the floor away a little bit, pull your belly in, and come to a neutral spine to start out with. Look your gaze forward. We'll take some cat and cow. So go ahead and drop your belly down towards the mat. Lift your chest, lift your tailbone. Maybe look up slightly. And then round through your back. Pull that belly into your spine. Drop your chin to your chest. Push the mat away with your hands. Good. Then on your next inhale, go ahead and drop your belly. Look up. And exhale, round through your back. Push the air out of your belly. Tuck your chin. time. So inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your chest. And exhale, round through your back, push away, tuck that chin. And one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Now come back to that neutral spine, pulling your belly in. Lift up through your chest. Good. Extend that right leg back behind you. Let your toes come down onto the mat. Lift your chest forward. And then drop that right heel down to the left. And bring your left foot just slightly behind you. Good. Raise your right arm up to the ceiling. So we're in a modified side plank. So go ahead and move that right foot if you need to so that it's even with your left knee. And plant that right foot flat on the mat so you have a nice base here. Stretch up through your fingertips, lift your right hip up. Good, then point the palm of your right hand towards the front of the mat and go ahead and extend that right arm over your right ear. And keep pulling your right fingertips to the front of the room as you root that right foot down into the mat. So you're gonna arch through the right side of your body, get a nice big stretch here. Good, keep your breath flowing. Again, just making it feel good. So do what you need to do to feel good. Now staying here, go ahead and point the right palm of your hand up to the ceiling, then spin your chest up to the ceiling. Lay back slightly and open up your chest here. Good, keep breathing. Big breath into the right side of your body. Nicely done. Then bring that right hand down onto the mat. Bring that left knee back to meet the right knee. Or bring that right knee back to meet the left knee. And then extend that left leg back behind you. Let the left toes come down onto the mat. Extend your heart forward. And then go ahead and drop that left heel down to the right. Bring that right foot first behind you slightly. It will help with your balance. And then extend that left arm up to the ceiling nice and high. And again, adjust that left foot if you need to so it's in line with your right knee. And plant the left foot onto the mat so you have a nice base to start out with. Your right fingertips are nice and wide. Pull that left hip up to the ceiling and extend here. Really nice. Keep the breath flowing. And then point the left hand towards the front of the mat and extend that left arm over your left ear and just reach through your left fingertips. So that left heel is rooted and your left fingertips are stretching your side waist. Good. Big, nice breath into the left side body. Now staying here, turn that left palm up towards the ceiling and then spin your chest up towards the ceiling. Look up, lay back slightly if that feels good to you. And just keep extending out through your left fingertips and breathing into the left side body. Nicely done, everyone. Let's bring that left hand down onto the mat. Bring the left knee to meet the right knee now. Staying here, breathing. And let's go ahead and tuck your toes under behind you and lift your hips up nice and high towards the ceiling so you're in a downward facing dog. Bring your head in between your arms and bring your hip bones up towards the ceiling. And the back of your thighs pull back and extend your heels down towards the mat. Good, breathe here. Now in your down dog, it might feel good if you bend your knees. So try that out and continue to hike your hips up with your knees bent. So that helps to extend your spine a little more as well. And then if you're comfortable here, keep all of this as you start to straighten your legs. Good. And again, you don't need to straighten your legs. That's perfectly fine and good to keep those knees bent. Nice. Take one nice deep breath in, fill the body up, and then exhale it all the way out. Now slowly walk your feet to meet your hands. Keep your knees bent as you do so. So we'll walk over that blanket if you have it down there. Keep your knees bent a lot. Let your belly hang on your knees and just fold over your legs. Let your hands drop towards the mat. Let your head be heavy. And your neck is relaxed. Good. Now if you want to grab opposite hands to opposite elbows here, go ahead and do so. You can even rock back and forth a little bit if that feels good. But keep those knees bent. And just breathe here. Our hamstrings aren't really warmed up yet to straighten them out, but we're working on it. Good. Go ahead and drop your hands to the mat. Bring your palms to your shins. Extend your heart forward. Look forward. Keep those thighs going back. And then from here, if you want to start to straighten your legs, go ahead and do so as you keep your chest lifted toward a halfway lift. Nice, everyone. And then fold back over your legs. Again, bend your knees if that feels better. You can keep them straight here. See how it feels in your body. Good. Let's everyone bend your knees slightly. Start to roll up through your body. Keep your head hanging and make that the last thing that comes up. Bring your palms facing forward to the mat. Lift your chest. Lift your gaze. And then inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Look up at your hands and bring your hands to heart center. Nicely done, everyone. Now from here, we're just going to move. If you do have a blanket on your mat, you can go ahead and move it off your mat for now, and we'll use it again. So from here, inhale, reach your arms up nice and high. Look up at your fingertips. Keep your arms reaching up nice and high. With your right hand, grab underneath your left wrist of your left arm. Extend through your left fingertips, so pull up through your left fingertips first. Bring your right foot behind your left foot so they're staggered like railroad tracks. And then stretch that left arm over your left ear and extend to the right. Good. Really root into both of your feet as you're extending towards the right with your left fingertips. Nice. Come back to center. Bring your palms to touch in front of your heart. Bring your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, reach your arms up nice and high. Keep your arms up. Keep your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Place your left hand underneath your right wrist and first extend through your right fingertips so get long in that right side. Step that left foot back behind your right foot so they're staggered. And then go ahead and lean to the left. Pull through the right fingertips. Keep pulling up through the right side of your ribs. Bring your arms up. Stretch your fingertips towards the ceiling. Bring your hands to heart center. Step that left foot up to meet the right. Really nice. Now from here, let's go ahead and bring that blanket back onto our mat. And if you're not working with a blanket, that's fine too. Whatever feels good for you. Now from the top of your mat, inhale, reach your arms up nice and high. Look up. Slightly bend your knees and fold forward. So let your head drop down and just hang here. Bring your palms to your shins, pull your heart forward, thighs pulling back, lift. Good. Plant your hands on the mat. We're going to step back on our mat with our right foot as far back on the mat as you can so we're in a low lunge. And here, if you have blocks, it's a nice place to use your blocks. Lift your chest, look forward. Let that right hip slightly drop. Nice. Now keep that right hand planted on your block or on the mat. Reach the left arm up to the ceiling and extend through your left fingertips. reach through both your fingertips. Lift your belly, lift your chest, and let that right hip drop. And this, just check that your knee is either behind your heel, over it, just not extending over your toes. Good, that'll protect your knee. Now bring your arms back behind you, interlace your hands, lift your chest. Pull your knuckles away from your lower back. And if you can, gaze up to the ceiling. And if that's too much or it kind of messes with your balance, just gaze forward. Good. Keep extending your heart up, dropping your right hip. Beautiful. Unclasp your hands, bring your hands down onto your blocks or your mat. Bring that left knee back to meet the right knee, and then slowly lower yourself all the way down onto the mat. Remove your blocks here. Bring your hands next to your chest, extend your legs out long behind you. Tuck those elbows in nice and close to your body. We're going to come to a baby cobra, so make it really low here. Push the mat away, look forward, lift your chest slightly. Come all the way back down onto the mat. And this time cobra, but make it a little bigger this time. See what feels good. Come all the way back down onto the mat. And for this last one, make it as big as you can. That feels good in your body. Nice, and it doesn't have to be very big. Good, come all the way back down. Let's push back onto our knees. Tuck your toes under and lift back into downward facing dog. Make sure your fingertips are nice and wide. Let that neck relax. Bring your head in between your arms. Maybe tuck your chin slightly. Beautiful. Walk those feet up to the top of the mat to meet your hands. Keep those knees bent. Fold over your legs. Bring your palms to your shins. Pull your heart forward. Start to straighten those legs. Pull the thighs back. Nice. Fold over your legs. Slightly bend your knees. Let's roll all the way up. Keep your head heavy. Make that the last thing that comes up. Then inhale those arms up nice and high to the ceiling. And exhale your palms to heart center. Nicely done, everyone. Let's try that on the other side. Inhale, reach your arms up nice and high. Bend your knees, fold over your legs. Good. Palms to shins, look forward, half lift, straighten those legs. Plant your hands, step back on the mat with your left foot as far as you can to come into that low lunge, look forward. And a good place again to grab blocks if you have them, or just palms on the mat. Keep lifting your heart forward as you extend through the left heel. Nice, everyone. Keep that left palm planted on the left block. Reach the right arm up to the ceiling and extend through your right fingertips as you twist your chest up towards the ceiling. Good. Maybe even laying back a little bit, separating your belly slightly from your thigh. Well done. Bring that right hand down onto your block. Left knee comes down onto your blanket or straight onto your mat. Sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Pull the belly up, lift the chest, let the left hip drop. And just check the alignment of your knee so that you're not bothering your knee. Go ahead and interlace those hands behind your back. Lift your chest, lift your belly. Pull your knuckles away from your lower back. Try to squeeze your shoulder blades together. And if you can look up at the ceiling, go for it. And if you're a little off balance, that doesn't feel good, go ahead and just look straight ahead. Either way works. Yoga And then one more time. This time lift as high up as it feels good. You can stay low. Again, what feels good? It's your body. It's what you think feels good in your body. Come all the way back down. Let's push back onto our knees here. Curl your toes under. Lift your hips up. Come down to downward facing dog. And just breathe here. Really nice. Let your heels melt towards the mat. They do not have to come down onto the mat. Keep your knees bent if that feels better in your down dog. A lot of times bending your knees helps to elongate your spine more. So it's really good to do. Nice. Let's slowly walk our feet to meet our hands at the top of the mat. Keep your knees bent. Fold. Palms to your shins. Pull your heart forward. Look forward. Thighs back. Start to straighten those legs as much as feels good. Fold back over your legs. Good. Slightly bend your knees. Push the mat away. Stand up tall this time. Reach up high, keeping your spine long. And then bring your hands to heart center. Beautiful, everyone. Really nice. Let's move our blanket off the mat if you have a blanket. And standing at the top of the mat. Good. Bring your hands to heart center. Breathe here. Nice. Step back on your mat with your right foot. We're going to come into warrior two. So you want a pretty good wide stance here. The back of your foot, the right outer edge of your foot will be parallel with the back of the mat. Left toes facing forward and then bend into your left knee a lot. So if your knee is going over your toes, you need to widen your stance, okay? Because you want that knee over your ankle, even if it's a little bit behind your ankle. You just don't want it extending over your toes. So go ahead, pull that right hip back, and then spin your chest towards the front of the mat and extend your arms out from your shoulders. So they're even with your shoulders and you're extending through your fingertips. Look over your left hand. Breathe. Good. Lifting through your chest. Let's bring your palms of your hands overhead. Interlace your hands. Push your palms up to the ceiling. Lengthen through both your side waists. Good. Keep that left knee bent and stretch up. Beautiful. Extend back to your warrior two. Right hand down your right leg. Bring your left arm over your left ear and extend back. Good. You can look up at your fingertips or down at your back foot. See what feels better in your neck. Nicely done. Come back up to warrior two. Lengthen. And then bring your hands to your hips, straighten through your left leg. Turn your left toes in. So now your left foot is parallel with the front of your mat. Turn your right toes towards the back of your mat. So we'll set up with warrior two on the other side. Bend deeply into that right knee. Pull the left hip back and then spin your chest to the front or to the back of your mat. We're at the back at this point. And then extend through both your arms. Beautifully done. Breathe here. Go ahead and lift your arms up towards the ceiling. Interlace your hands. Push your palms up so you're lengthening through both your side waists. Get a nice big stretch. Keep your right knee trending towards your pinky toe though. Don't let that left knee dip. If it's dipping in, come out of your warrior two slightly until it's not. Beautiful, everyone. Keep breathing. Then go ahead and stretch back to your warrior two. Left arm down your left leg, right arm over your right ear. Extend through your right fingertips. Lean back, breathe. Beautiful. Come back to warrior two, lengthen. Bring your palms to your hips. Straighten through that right leg. Turn your right toes in. So now our feet are parallel with one another. We're going to forward fold here. So go ahead, lift up through your chest first. Maybe look up. And then slowly start to hinge at your waist. Pull your heart forward and fold here. Go ahead and reach for the mat. And if you have blocks Relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Good, and then extend through the back of both of your legs, lifting your hips up and putting the same amount of weight in both your feet. Good, and breathe here. And if your knees are slightly bent so you can reach the mat, that's fine. Again, feel good class. Do what feels good in your body. Adjust. Beautiful. Breathe here. Just keep those palms underneath your shoulders for today. Relax that whole upper body. It's not doing any work here. Nice, everyone. Let's walk our hands forward and lift your chest. We're in a halfway lift here. You can use your block here again for that lift. Keep the hips going back and your heart's going forward. Now, either from a block or from the mat, place your left hand underneath your left shoulder and go ahead and reach that right arm up for the ceiling. So you're just spinning through your chest here. Keep your hips pulling back. Reach up through your right fingertips. Turn your chest to the right. Keep extending your heart forward. Good, spine's nice and long. And then bring that right hand down to the mat or onto your block. You might need to move your block a little bit. You want that right hand underneath your right shoulder. And then go ahead and lift up through your left fingertips. Pull that left shoulder back. You're just spinning through your chest. Keep your heart forward, your hips back. Really nice. Breathe here in your twist. Beautiful. Bring that left hand down. Stay in your half lift. Then we're going to walk our hands towards the front of the mat. Spin your toes to the front of the mat. And just drop your right knee and bring your left knee back to meet your right knee. So we're just coming down onto our mat. So go ahead and get down on your mat gently. And then go ahead and come into a seated position there. And we're going to bring the soles of our feet together. So with your blanket, if you want, you can go ahead and sit up on your blanket. That might feel better. And if you don't have a blanket, that's perfectly fine too. Bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees drop out wide. And bring the hands behind your hips and first elongate your spine and lift your chest. And let your knees just hang. And if this is uncomfortable for you, you can place blocks underneath your thighs. It's an option. Good. And now from here, either bring your palms on your ankles or with your two peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. And then pull your heart forward over your feet. So extend forward and then drop your head towards your feet. Good, and breathe here. We'll stay for a few breaths. So go ahead and try to start to elongate your breath here like we did at the beginning of the class. Try to take a little deeper breath in, a little longer breath out. And do that 2 more times. Take a little deeper breath in, a little longer breath out. And one more time, breathe in nice and big. Exhale it out. Beautiful. Slowly come all the way back up. We're going to make our way onto our backs on our mat. And so this is a good place. If you have a blanket, you can put your head on your blanket. And if you don't have a blanket, that's perfectly fine as well. So go ahead and lay all the way back. Bring your knees into your chest when you get there. And just rock back and forth a little bit. A little massage for your lower back. Beautiful. Go ahead and come to stillness. Knees out wide so that both knees are outside of your chest. Staying here, breathing. And then flex both your lift it up to the ceiling. You can always pull your feet down and stay like this. So either option works. Just try it out, see what works best for you. Nice, then go ahead and bring those knees into your chest. Drop the knees to the left. Send your right arm out long. And then rest your left palm on the top of the outside of your right thigh and look up at the ceiling. Breathe into the right side of your body. Relax through your torso. Good, then bring both knees back to center, hug them in. Drop your knees to the right. Extend the left arm out. Look up at the ceiling. Relax through the left side of your body. Good. Place that right palm of your hand to the outside of your left thigh. Breathe. All the way back through center,